Hello, my name is Gina Chan, and I'm going to be talking about faster growing trees. I chose this topic specifically because global warming is a very serious problem right now, and this would be a really good solution for it. Faster growing trees are created through genetic engineering. So, what is genetic engineering? Genetic engineering is the technique of manipulating the genes of an organism, so we get the desired traits. One of the methods that I will further talk about is gene cloning, shown as above. First of all, faster growing trees are made by manipulating PXY and COE41. This increases vascular division, making them more active than original, so they overexpress. The results are the tree growing a lot faster than usual, with thicker tree trunks and more leaves. This experiment was conducted by several universities and scientists using poplar trees or other plants. In this PowerPoint, I used the University of Manchester's research paper as a source. To clear up some confusing parts, PXY is a receptor kinase, or enzyme that catalyzes the transport of phosphate groups, and it controls cell division in stem cells. CLE41 is a ligand, or molecule that binds with the receptor. Scientists use a process similar to gene cloning, which I'll explain in another video, and PCR to create 35S promoter. This would cause cell division to happen faster. 35S promoter helps transcribe genes that are introduced to another plant cell. Scientists also use 35S promoter in every GM crop because of the fact it is always on and because of how strong it is. Next, I'll explain the process of making 35S promoter. A plasmid DNA is cut by restriction enzymes. Next, the genes that code for 35S promoter is put in the plasmid. The bacteria will then replicate itself along with the gene, creating more copies of the recombinant DNA. Scientists normally use agrobacterium plasmid because agrobacteria can get into and infect a plant through their wounds. So, first, we have the plasmid. Then, we will use restriction enzyme, which is shown as the scissors in the video, to cut sticky ends on the plasmid. Then, put the gene that codes for 35S promoter that is cut by the same restriction enzyme and combine the two of them using DNA ligase. Ampicillin will be in the recombinant DNA, so we know which bacteria is transformed later on. Next, we apply short electric pulse or brief rise of temperature to the bacteria cells to temporarily create openings for the recombinant DNA to get inside the bacteria, thus causing bacteria to transform. After this process is done, we will have some bacteria that transform, but some haven't. So, in order to get the copies of DNA we want, bacteria are put on the ampicillin plate. And the bacteria without the recombinant DNA inside them will die because they do not have the ampicillin resistant gene in them, leaving the ones with the genes we want on the plate. Why is making faster growing trees so important? Well, the reason is, we're cutting down too much trees, but trees aren't able to grow that fast. Without trees, the CO2 in the atmosphere is only increasing. The CO2 acts like a blanket and traps all the heat inside Earth, causing global warming. In the graphs below, you can see how deforestation in South America and the world are increasing. Also, global warming is a very serious problem right now. With more trees that grow faster, we can decrease the CO2 in a shorter time period and in great amounts. As you can see, the amount of CO2 has never crossed over 300 parts per million. Yet right now, it's way above the line already. Though faster growing trees might seem like a good idea, many people didn't think it was. The good parts, which are less CO2 in the air, more biofuel, and less soil erosion. But the bad parts are depleted soil, meaning soil that lacks nutrition, taking too much space, intense use of herbicide, huge water consumption, and increased chance of wildfire. The worst one being the possibility of using too much biofuel because of how many wood we have, and causing an even more serious problem in global warming. Although there might seem to be a lot of negative results, I think as a solution for something as urgent as global warming, it would be really useful. Since global warming is very serious and getting worse, I feel that we should do anything that can at least slow it down, but not to continue using it because a negative effect might happen. These are all the sources I used for this presentation. And this is the end of my presentation. I hope this gave you a better understanding of faster growing trees and the pros and cons of them. Thank you for listening.